Howdy everyone, ScottFree4all here. It's Sunday. We're going to live stream on our FS25 multiplayer server on the Frankenmuth map. A lot has changed, so we've got a lot to show you, and then we've got a lot to do. I hope you're doing all right today. I think, hopefully, I have fixed my network problems. I had a lot of them, so I'm on a backup network right now. So hopefully, it'll be okay. And also, my Stream Deck's not working, so we're just gonna have to go manual. So here we are in the game. What we're gonna do today is, and why can't I hear anything? Hold on just a second. Oh, I can hear stuff. Okay. Yeah, we're doing all right. I'll show you what we're going to do today, and then I'll show you what's changed on the farm today. So today, Gyro is here with me. We have bought field 16 so that we can harvest the soybeans, which is right over here, just north of the dealership. But our farm is over here, and a lot has changed. So, and also, I want to thank Gyro and also Corpnut. They have worked on this even since the live stream last week. So let me show you around. Let's jump over to the farm real quick. And I think the best way is just to fly around. Let's do that. So we'll just go into construction mode and do some flying around. Okay. So yeah, a lot has changed. What hasn't changed is our farmhouse. I think there were some sheds over here facing this way, and those have been put. This one has been put in its place, and then these have been moved over here, and then the whole silo system that I had over here has been moved over here, which is very nice. We've got all of our liquids and solids. We've got diesel, we've got liquid fertilizer, solid fertilizer, we've got a herbicide tank, we've got some lime, and we've got some seeds. So that's great. I know Corpnut has been working on clearing these trees, and he has cleared quite a few. We even have attached to this road. We'll get rid of these here in a bit, but we've got a lot of room over here. Probably going to put some bunker silos here. Not sure yet, but that sounds like as good a plan as any. And then trees have been cleared back here. We're going to continue doing that. And really all the way back to here. There's this little bitty motocross go-kart horse, whatever you want to call it. We'll probably keep that. I think that might be fun. But probably put some animal pens back here is what I'm thinking. Something like that. So yeah, that's what's happened. That's a great improvement to the farm. And let's head over back to field 16 now. And see what is going on here. So Gyro is in the harvester and he is going. And Gyro, you can just head out. You can. Oh, we've got two harvesters. Oh, excellent. Let's see, which one are you in? You're not in this one, so I'll get in this one. Oh, why did I do that?
Just in case somebody else joined.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Or you can drive it.
You know what? I'll cart alongside you. Yeah, I'll cart alongside you. Let's leave this here. I'm gonna move it right over here, just so we can get a little more out of the way now that you've cleared that area.
That's a pretty big field, so I figured if anything, if somebody else joined, it'd be ready for them, and if not, you could always roll it till I get
Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's see, I'm going to set up my cruise control. So, are you going 6 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Okay. When you get close to full, just put out your pipe.
Okay. Well, it's soybeans, so I'm only at like 16%.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna
We only
leave that
got
there.
50% yield on this field, so
Oh gosh,
it's
yep.
gonna take a while to fill one of these
Let's
up.
just both harvest together, and then we can grab the chaser bin
Especially since it
when the
holds
time comes.
552 bushels.
There's our buddy Chinook. Howdy, Chinook.
Hey, there he is.
Welcome to the live stream. Chinook has been very active on his channel, where he does some Microsoft Simulator live streams. You've done some pretty big trips lately. What's new with you? I'll just leave that right there. Yeah, the minutes before this live stream started were a little frantic. I was literally about to start the live stream, and I lost connection because my Wi-Fi router just gave up, and so in a frantic move, I am on my apartment's resident Wi-Fi network, which is pretty fast. It's not nearly as fast as when I run my router on it, but it should be okay. My pings are still good. You might have to do a trip to Vancouver. Wow. That would be quite a trip. Let me know when you get ready to do that, Chinook. So I think I may just cut right along here, because this field is right up against this ginormous drainage ditch. So we're going to need a little bit of running room. Well, how's everybody been? What is new? I wasn't able to live stream on Wednesday. I had some family commitments. So I missed you guys, but glad to be back. You know what I think I might do is... No, did not want to do that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to harvest this little area right here. Why not? Yeah, let's just do that. Cool.
Just hit 50%. I'm on my way back.
Chopping off this little lower piece.
Gotta admit, 25 definitely looks better. The low-level haze of 40. It's pretty.
Yeah, it looks nice in the morning.
I like the fact you can see better at night now.
Did they improve that?
Yeah, the nighttime with the moon and stuff, just the overall visibility is better. Like, it's not so pitch black.
Gotcha.
Like, you actually get ambient lighting from the moon.
I'm going to see if I can bring up your volume. I can barely hear you, Gyro.
Oh, sorry, I probably got my mic down a little bit.
Let's see. I'm gonna turn you up in mine. I think I've got my output low. All right, output volume. Yeah, I'm turning it up a little bit. There we go. That should be better. So we're doing this contract mainly just because the fields that we own, the other fields that we own, okay, let me explain. This was going to be a contract, but Scott bought the contract the night before we were going to advance the day, so Scott forfeited the contract. So as a workaround, we bought the field. We don't normally do that. But anyway, we're doing this field because our other fields, they're not ready to harvest yet. One of them's just really getting started, and our beets need more time. And then I think we've got an oat field that's getting close, but we thought this would be a good little side project.
Get enough time, there's a cornfield over there too.
Oh, there's a cornfield too? Hey.
Yeah, right next to us.
Oh, okay. We can pill for that one too.
We need a header for that, but
right. Well, we can swap them out. We can hook them up to some tractors and just bring them over.
well, we're pretty close to the store. It's right across the street, so.
Oh, do we not own any corn headers?
No, because we were going to chop our corn into silage.
That's correct. Well, we could easily buy some. Yeah, you're right.
I would probably just get one. That's a little bitty field there. I think it's only like 8 acres or so.
It is. It's like a quarter of the size of what we're doing currently.
Yeah.
Okay. Still a good plan. I like that, Gyro.
That's if we need to.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to go ahead and empty this out, and then I'm going to start heading around. Just going to put it right in here. Right there. And let's open that up. There we go. Let's see where Gyro is. He is...
I'm right here by the water tower.
I see you. Yeah. Just behind that building.
I'm at 82%.
Okay. Let me go get the chaser bin.
Oh, you've already cleared this end off, haven't you?
Right. Yeah. Just to make it easier. The Austin powers this thing around. I guess I can just drive in my crop. We don't have crop destruction on, but... It's all good.
Uh-oh. Missing a strip.
I can clean that strip up. Oh, are you able to turn the corner all right? Before I empty you?
Should be good.
Okay.
Wipe out. 97%. These things have a pretty big hopper. I wonder how, I should time it to see how close it is to accurate to real life.
As far as how quickly it empties?
It should be able to empty this with soybeans in a minute 47.7. A minute 47 seconds.
I think it's going to be a little quicker than that.
Yep. Well, I'm still harvesting too. So.
Oh, true.
Okay, that's it. Of course, then again, I should be able to be rolling along here at about 12 to 13 mile an hour too. But that's all right.
All right, let's go get in here.
And so one thing they are missing in this game is that when it comes to like certain pieces of equipment, combines and whatnot, there is no reason to use one brand over another because they don't follow their real life counterparts as far as efficiency and yield loss and
Right.
added features, which is kind of I kind of wish was there because it would give you a valid reason to upgrade it all other than size.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, some of the trackers have better top speeds, like the Deutz-Fahrs tend to go a little faster, and that sort of thing. But I wonder if they're doing it just so that they're not playing favorites with their licensed brand partners.
Yeah, it could be. I think, well, and 6 mile an hour is the set speed for all combines in the game. So it's kind of, I think that's just a coding that they like to keep.
Yeah, maybe it's just for simplicity. And
yeah. Well,
yeah.
like you said, it doesn't, you don't have the favorites of one machine over another that you always migrate to because you can get mods that'll change that anyways on PC.
You can. Yeah, we've got real vehicle speed now.
Right.
I think that dropped last week, and it's nice to have that. Yeah, that little mod is a godsend when it comes to video creation.
Yeah, those go the opposite way too, though. Then your next thing you're doing 50 mile an hour in your combine instead.
Yeah.
Which is a little unrealistic.
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of that trade-off. You're like, okay. Yeah. But I definitely think there should be like the yield efficiencies and whatnot, because that is actually a real thing in a lot of machines.
Oh, yeah, I am not disagreeing with you at all. I'd like to see more realism, especially when it's not inconveniencing the gameplay itself.
Right. Yeah, like I said, like speed, efficiencies, and maintenance. You know, those would be nice.
I still want to see water and irrigation applied to crops. That is the one glaring, you know, a crop needs 3 things to grow, right? It needs soil, sunlight, and water. And water is not even modeled in the game.
Yep.
And my question, Giants, is why?
I don't know how you would model it, I guess.
I think you just have when the crops are growing, you have a hydration factor, you know, and it can be like 1, 2, or 3, or 4. like 1 is it's going to die. 2 is it's not going to die, but it's not going to grow. 3 could be it's growing, but not optimally. And 4 could be it's growing optimally. 5 could be it's too wet and it's going to drown. And then you either let the rainfall help you and you pray for rain, or we have irrigation systems and pivots and we can flood fields. That would be so much fun, don't you think?
I think adding the irrigation, if there were, because there are guys that do the mods. I mean, it obviously works.
Right, but it's shoehorned in. It's not optimal. Giants needs to add it to the information, the field information.
And that could be something even under precision farming's abilities.
Perhaps, yeah, perhaps if there's room for it.
The thing is, okay, so then.
Chinook says that's what realistic weather mod does. Does it really, right. Chinook? Is it integrated that well into the game? Maybe before I go on atop my soapbox, I should check that out. Yeah, maybe I should just check that out.
I know the snow is ridiculous in it.
May have to check that one out, Chinook. Thank you for reminding me of that mod. I have not even taken a look at it. And let's see.
Well, it's kind of like, was it FS19 Seasons? Mod was like completely different than the seasons they added to the game.
Yeah, it was. I'm going to step out real quick and get some coffee. I'll be right back.
I've watched videos of it. Right. Yeah, coffee.
Okay, I'm back.
Are you rolling the other combine? I take it.
Yeah, I'm in the other combine.
Because I can see you.
I'm only at 19%.
Yeah. Well, these two machines are identical other than the color.
Chinook says it checks the moisture levels, then corrects for field. Oh, okay.
I think what was the other one? There was a mod for your harvester.
Oh, corrects for yield. Thank you, Chinook.
What was it? There was like a combining mod in 22 that if you tried to run the combine tour in the morning, it took into account moisture content, would affect yield quantities and stuff.
Was that seasons? The FS19 seasons?
Yeah, FS19 seasons had. I never got to play with it, but I've watched some of the videos for it, and it is a lot different.
I liked it. It was actually more elegant than the FS22 integration.
Yeah, that's what I've seen.
Yeah. It even had like your straw could. I think this was it. Your straw could rot. Oh, so like if you left it in the field too long, it would start to go away.
Yeah. And see, that's the way it should be. I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. It add a lot of realism.
It should be like just like cutting grass. You should be able to leave grass on the field, let it, and just have to flip it once in a while, let it dry.
Yep. And you could let it dry in the field.
Right.
And you had to ted it more than once.
Yeah. Yeah, in real life that's what you do.
Yeah.
You don't roll, you kind of windrow it, and you just kind of roll those windrows a couple times, make sure it's drying properly, but yeah. And if it rains, then you can't bale it. Gotta wait until the moisture content's right. Of course, like you said, then you get into the conflicts of how crazy do you really want to get.
Right.
And
okay.
Eventually, you get to the point where you take the fun out.
Right, and then it's not a game anymore. So what do we want to do? You want to chip away each of us on one side of the field, and just now that we're doing rows?
Yeah, I'm gonna run the send off. It's interesting. The combine header isn't quite 100% width. It's kind of funny. Leave it to Giants. Yeah, yeah, I guess there's a fine line between, you know, keeping the game fun and making it more realistic, and
Right. Yeah,
not everybody's into that.
if it gets too complex, then people aren't going to play it.
Yeah.
You know, if
Well, I mean, but you
if
think
the
about
learning
that, but then,
curve's too
you know,
high.
precision farming is like one of the most popular mods out there. Everybody's begging for,
Mm-hmm.
and that makes everything way more complicated.
Yes.
So I
Right.
think it's, like I said, I think it's a fine balance of what some people like and some don't.
Mm-hmm.
As far as, because some people just like to run around at like warp speed. They don't care about realism, and I think a lot more people really care more for the realism than the non-realism.
Hey, there's Daniel Watson. Howdy, Daniel. Great to see you. How are you today? Are you running GPS or guidance?
Yes.
Okay, just the in-game one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me get that going.
Yeah, it definitely makes it a lot easier to keep a good line.
Yep.
Alright, I'll run the far side of the field.
Okay. And we'll get realigned.
Yeah, so I'll run the water tower side.
Gotcha.
I see you coming back there.
Mm-hmm. Daniel, you're doing well. All right. I'm doing pretty well myself. You just reminded me, Daniel. So I'm doing well. I think I mentioned in my Discord that my schedule, at least for this week, has changed. And I meant to go and look in the weeks following to see if it has. I think it's just going to be the way it is. It's going to change and stay that way. And that is, I'm going to have Mondays and Tuesdays off instead of Sundays and Wednesdays off. So that's going to affect my live stream schedule dramatically. So, for good or bad, we're going to be live streaming on probably Mondays and Tuesdays. Now, I'm not going to live stream tomorrow being Monday, simply because I'd already scheduled a lot of personal business things, including taking my sister out for her birthday. But I am going to live stream on Tuesday, so I'll give you more information about that. But going forward, I think we're just going to do like a Monday, Tuesday live stream, which is not optimal. But it is what it is. Oh, I'm too far away. Okay. How about now? There we go. Now we are calibrated. Clean up the screen a little bit. There we go. There we are. It's a little bit better. How full are you, Gyro?
97%.
Let me go get the chaser bin. And I'm just going to drive through the field.
time.
Look at that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I like that. The new J&M Chaser bins. The spout on them can turn down quite a bit.
It can, and I like when the spout is adjustable.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can aim it almost at its base, and it'll dump almost right on top of it. It's crazy.
And also, if you've got an extra wide header and your pipe's not quite long enough, you can put it out horizontal. Usually just kick it out enough so that you can get it in the bin without the tractor having to drive into the header. All right, I am 3% shy of full. Let's go ahead and see if we can sell this. Probably should have got our big Kloss tractor. Is it our Zerion? Is that the one that's really big? I forget what they're called.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know what? I think I'm just going to sell this right here at the farmer's market.
Yeah, they might as well.
Then I don't even have to put it in the, I think I can adjust the spout. Yeah, I can put the spout down on this one. That's good. Nice. We don't really need these soybeans. We're not going to be making pig food or anything like that. We have gobs of money. We don't really need to time for best pricing, so we're just going to go ahead and sell it.
Well, and technically it was going to be a contract anyway, so.
True. Well, yeah, we're just going to treat it like a contract. Oh, when you were talking about the pipe, were you talking about this bin or were you talking about the combine?
No, on the bin. On the
Oh, I thought you were talking about the combine. I'm sorry. Okay.
It'll turn, like,
So what I said
down.
earlier probably didn't make any sense then, because I was talking about
I got what you meant.
Okay. Yeah, it's really great that you can make that point straight down. And I'm probably going to need this next, so I'm going to put this over here. And there's Fortnite. Howdy, Fortnite. Good to see you. How have you been?
Get all your sheep's birth.
Right. Yeah, Fortnite. How are your sheep doing? He says good. Nice to hear. Or died. I'm sorry to hear that. That is kind of part of the business, though. You're never going to yield 100%. There's a YouTuber. What is her name? Is it Jessica Brock? Or is that her daughter? Anyway, she is a sheep farmer in Canada, and I follow her. She does a great job, and I've learned everything I know about being a sheep farmer. I've learned from her. Her daughter has a YouTube channel too, and I can't remember. One of them is named Jessica, and I don't remember the other first name. But if you want to look her up, I think if you just search for Brock and sheep, I think you'll find it.
was it Tuesday's what the next pack drops.
The next set did drop. I saw several YouTubers, Giants partners, showcase that.
Yeah, it's officially out the 11th, if I remember right. Because I don't have it. I don't have access to it yet, but it's in my list. Kind of looking forward to playing with that.
I'm gonna try it out. It's probably not something I'm going to use all the time. I mean, I think even Giants will admit it's not a. I mean, there's only a few of them in the world, right? It's not like
there's
people have.
They're producing them, but they're like $2.5 million.
Yeah, it's not a common sight. I don't think I'm going to see any in real life.
I've gotten to see one. They're pretty cool.
You did? Was it at a show?
Indiana Ag Show.
Yeah. If you go looking for one like that, I'm sure you could find one. But I don't think you're just going to happen across one in a field, unless you're just lucky.
They're a lot bigger than a.
They're humongous. I'm at 80%.
The thing that's kind of weird in the game is because when it goes to do its rotation to change directions, like for transitioning from road to field, you actually it doesn't pick itself up and do that. You have to drive it into it. It's kind of weird.
That is weird.
But when you switch over to field mode, it will help you do it. But yeah, it starts to rotate the axles as it's turning. It's really crazy, but everything is hydrostatically driven. So there's no drive shaft or anything. Everything is run by hydrostatics or electrics. It's really
interesting.
Cool.
Interesting.
So everything's completely independent.
Wow.
And then the combine actually runs dual rotors. So there's a rotor that runs each direction, and there's two separate bins. And it's just, it's a neat setup. It really is ingenious how it works. How many they'll sell, I don't know, because it's very specialized.
Mm-hmm.
But it can do everything. So just like the one in the game, the nice thing is that the wheels, once you have it set up for your GPS, it always runs the same track. So a lot of farmers that are looking at doing the soil compaction, and like a lot of times in Europe, how they do with their rowing of stuff, it will plant in those rows, it'll harvest in those rows, it'll fertilize in those rows, it does everything in those rows. The tires always run the same line, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's designed for a purpose. But at $2.4 million, I don't know how many. But considering you can use one machine to do multiple things, might be viable.
Yeah, that's really my question. Is it because you could buy, let's say you could buy a standard combine, a standard tractor, a standard seeder, traditionally, and probably spend a little more than $2.5 million, or let's say you spend the same amount. Is it more effective to run all of those pieces, which you can run, at the same time? And from a reliability standpoint, if it breaks, you can't do anything, right? Because you've got one thing that does everything, and when that one thing breaks, you're done until it's fixed.
You start looking into it like, okay, you can only run one piece of equipment at once.
Mm-hmm.
So then you're at that point where it's like, okay, is this really viable?
I guess we'll see. The market will let us know. The market.
I can see it. There will be people that will use it, and like I said, in Europe, I think it'd be more common because of the way they do their cropping with the rows and everything is.
I can see that. I can see Europe or maybe even Australia taking it on more so than we would.
That and size of fields. in America, it's so much different because you're just. I mean, I've seen it run. I mean, it is pretty impressive. It's a big machine, but you know, for a traditional combine, I could see it being viable, just because of its quick transport mode and other features that it has. But you know, I don't know how much some of the other features will get used. Somebody, I'm sure, would use it. It's just a very interesting machine. It is pretty big. And it is 1,100 horsepower. But nice thing is with the cabin,
it would have to be as big as it is.
With the cabin, that cabin raises up. I mean, when you're in it, it'll go up almost 16 feet off the ground. So you can get actually above the combine and look down onto everything. You get a really good viewpoint. So it is pretty cool. Piping out. Like I said, I mean, it's in the game. I'll probably use them because I think it's cool. It'd be kind of cool to do like a playthrough where you just use one piece of equipment like that and do everything. Build your entire farm around it. Because yeah, in the game, there's what, a disc, there's a cultivator, there's a sprayer, there's a planter, a seeder, and the combine heads. So that'd be kind of cool. Okay, I'm good.
Okay. I did that whole thing in first person. I'm rather proud of myself.
Yeah.
And we're 85%. I'm going to go ahead and just sell this. Okay. I guess we don't need the semi after all, since our sell point is literally at the end of the field.
It's right there.
And it doesn't get much better than that.
I didn't even think about when we sent the truck.
Yeah, I didn't either. So we'll empty out the semi. There's what little I put in there at the beginning. We'll sell that once we're done.
Yeah, I think the next big one that people are waiting for is going to be precision farming.
There it is.
Can't wait for that one.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm cooking some rice, and I just remembered I need to turn off the cooker. Be right back. All right. Oh, I was going the other direction. We'll get turned around.
I get a little rain in the forecast.
I do see that. Let's see when that's going to hit.
Rain or snow? I can't tell. Looks like rain.
It's going to be snow, but it says 39 degrees Fahrenheit, so I'm a little confused about that. At noon, we're going to get 39-degree Fahrenheit snow. Which probably means for the game that the game's probably just going to rain down snow, but it's not going to accumulate.
Right. That sounds like Michigan. A little bit of ice, a little bit of slush.
We're not going to see it because that's several hours away in game.
Yeah.
So that's not gonna affect us whatsoever.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed in the way we were talking about that advanced weather mod. I've seen a few people use it, and there's like the snow level is incredible in that. Like it'll be like 4 or 5 feet deep.
Wow.
I mean, it's just nuts.
Hey, there's Joe.
It's like a blizzard.
Joe says, sounds like Wisconsin weather.
Yep. he's
you're,
pretty even.
You're not wrong, Joe.
Yeah, he's just across the lake. What was it? Iowa just got hit by a blizzard last week. Super high winds, and they didn't get a huge amount of snow, but they got a lot of wind, a lot of drifting.
Oh, you reminded me. Speaking of wind, so when was that? Earlier this week?
Yeah.
We had, in some places, 70, 80 mile an hour winds.
Yep. That was part of that storm.
Yeah, here in Texas, we had huge winds, a lot of downed trees. I don't know if we actually had tornadoes. We just had horribly high winds.
Yeah, it was pretty windy here in Michigan, too.
Interesting.
Wasn't that bad. We were hitting 40, 45 mile an hour gusts, nothing like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, the weirdest are thunderstorms during a heavy snowstorm. Those,
yeah.
We've never had that here in Texas. I mean, I've seen lightning and heard thunder during a snowstorm here, but nothing like violent like we have thunderstorms here. But yeah, I can imagine that would be really weird. So Gyro and I are making quick work of this. I say big field. It's, I think, the biggest field on this map. Am I right? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's some, like field 44 is probably similar. Maybe, field 20 might be a little bigger, but they're all like very, very close. And with two full-size combines, we're getting this done pretty quick. This little farm over here to the west looks cute. This map is set up for multiplayer use, so there's a lot of like decent size farms that are already set up. Taylor Farms did a good job with this map.
Yeah, the one the one we can see from this field right here.
That's what I'm talking about.
Barns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, according to Taylor, that was his uncle's farm.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yep.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, he mentioned it last week in the live stream. That was his uncle's place.
That's right. I remember that now.
Which is pretty cool. I mean, that's kind of cool. You make a map of the area you live in.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, my wife's dad has a 100-acre farm, and they just lease it out. There's like there's a couple farmers around us here that farm most of the farms. They lease most of them. Which is kind of the difference between Europe and here is that you go by there, because I know where the guy is, where he lives, and you go by his farm and pretty much everything just sits outside.
What do you mean, like all the equipment and vehicles?
Oh yeah, we don't put stuff away.
Okay.
Here. I mean, you have barns where you keep some things, but for the most part, most of the equipment just sits out. It doesn't. Like the equipment sets out. Usually, like your combine will get usually tarped up or put in a big barn, but a lot of them, it's just the expense of building the buildings and room. They just don't.
But I would think like the wear and tear, the elements would just get to your equipment and
not
affect it
really.
more. Is that not true?
It doesn't really hurt them that much. I mean,
They might look maybe don't look as good, but they're gonna upright.
It just fades the paint.
Yeah.
It fades the paint over time. Because like my grandparents, we never put anything in. Everything's set out.
Huh.
All year round, every year. Well, we used it a lot of times year round too.
Okay.
You have some tractors that had plows on them for plowing snow, and we had a big snowblower on one. We'd start relatively early, but yeah, most of the time we just park them and they just sit there. We just make sure they're winterized, and they just sit all winter.
Interesting. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's the kind of the weird thing in this game, how it, like the wear is so weird because like, paint doesn't really wear off the tractors per se. Just where you step all the time.
It might fade, but it's not going to just chip off.
Yeah, a lot of times they just get faded.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wears off where you put your feet all the time. Where you walk on it, but that's generally about it. It's not. That part I always find goofy in the game. And it takes a long time. Like, my Kubota, I think has 2,800 hours on it, and I change oil in it, do basic maintenance, keep it clean, but that's about it. I've had to rebuild the injectors on it, things like that. I mean, my grandparents have tractors on the farm that are from the 1940s, but we still use them.
That's amazing.
They have a Case. What's a Case IH cultivator? Farmall, or it's a Farmall A cultivator, and that was built in 1949, I think, 49 or 50. It's a cool old little tractor too, but it works good. One row at a time. Cultivate and fertilize.
Let's see if we can pass each other without
No, we're gonna
clipping. We're definitely gonna clip. I'll move out of the way a bit.
Ah!
Oh, you're full? Gyro is full.
You and all of a sudden like, oh.
I saw your combine just jump up and you just took off. I can get the rest. I'm at 70. Well, I don't know. I'm at 71%. Maybe I can't get all of it.
Kind of would be a little bit with.
Oh, and I'm missing a row. That's interesting.
Forward reverse thing. Because the brake goes into reverse. The stop and go feature. All I'm gonna go grab the chaser.
Okay.
Pipe out. And then I'm gonna grab that. I'm like looking at you, and the next thing you know, I'm like, whoa. Where am I going?
Got away from you.
Like, ah. Dude, that had just mashed a whole bunch of crop. Not paying attention. You want to catch this last little bit?
I think I have room for it. Not, I'll empty out. The has that chaser been full?
I'm at 48%.
Oh, okay.
Side here.
Let's see if I am.
I'll let you pick. Oh, yeah, I'm on the right side. Yep. All right, I'll wait till you get past, and I'll pull up one side.
Okay.
At 92%.
All right. If you can't get all of it, I'll put the rest in the semi because I need to take it over there to get emptied anyway.
No, I'm good. I've still got enough space, so
Oh, okay.
should be. It looks like with the rate I'm filling, I should be able to stay with you to the end.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. I can see your fill. You're at 93%. Now, is that an in-game thing, or was that added?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a in-game multiplayer thing,
Yeah,
or is
some
it
things they
single
added
player
already.
too? Probably single
I think
player
it works
too.
in any of in all of it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep, looks like we're gonna finish up right. Oh, perfect. 96%.
Excellent.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Sell off. About an hour. Clear the whole field.
A little too close to that fence. Let me swing a little wider. There we go. And my streaming software is not that happy. Okay. Let me hip side. There we go. Okay. I think we're done. We are done.
All right.
Well, I apologize for live stream. Like I said, I'm using my apartment's Wi-Fi, and it seems to be a little jittery. Okay, so we're gonna do this cornfield now, right?
We can.
I think we should. Why don't we go buy a corn header?
Go
And
grab a header.
okay. All right, while Gyro buys a header, I'm going to take this combine back home.
I love those kind of headers.
Yeah, the headers that have the built-in trailer are super
Yep.
convenient.
Aeroflex or wherever they are. Roaming around town, it might be a combine. Little Friday night cruise with the combine. Let's see here.
Let's see, where do we need to turn in? Not here. Gotta keep going. And it looks like my live stream is not looking great. Let's see. See if I can. Hold on just a second. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Yeah. Let's see what we can do with that.
Yeah. I'll bet somebody's got delivery mod on.
There's not a lot I can do about that, guys. Sorry. If it continues to be bad, I may in the live stream early. I don't want to just put junk out there for you guys. Yeah, I think my network may have just gone down. Guys, I apologize if you can hear me. I've got. Okay, it looks like it's still working. Okay, I'm gonna keep on going. It's really jerky though, isn't it? Well, okay, I'm gonna just see if it corrects itself. If not, I'll just end the live stream a little bit early. We've gone over an hour. Okay, there is. Whoa. Can I back up? We're gonna cut through this neighbor's yard. There we go. Joe, you say that you lost it completely now. Okay. We'll see if it comes back. It still says it's broadcasting the live stream. It's just really jerky. All right. Well, I'm gonna drive this home. If it doesn't clear up, I'll go ahead and end the stream. And Gyro and I will we'll harvest the cornfield and enjoy each other's company. And then we will regroup. Hopefully my network issues will be solved by then. It's back now. Okay, lower my resolution settings. Yeah, I'm probably going to need to do that inside of OBS. Yeah, it's continuing to just completely zone out. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end it early. I apologize for that. I'm glad that we got as much of the live stream done as we could, considering all the trouble that I'm having. I'll see you guys again on Tuesday, and we'll figure out what we're going to do. I'll send out a notice ahead of time. If it's a multiplayer live stream, I'll give you enough advance notice so you'll be able to join me, download all the mods and whatnot. So until then, I'm ScottFree4all, and I'll see you later.